for about 2 weeks now. It's me again, you know, Mika. This now is a thing called Irish moss. A whole heap of people call it sea moss. But this Irish moss, it contains about 95% of the nutrients that the body needs. Go and do your research and look it up for yourself. I've seen a lot of Irish moss videos and I've seen most of them looking like this after they wash it for a couple times and they put it to soak. But I'm gonna tell you something that is different about my Irish moss. I have in here 2 different quality. So here's another type where you see the sea moss, the grains are finer. They've both been soaking for 2 days. I've been washing them every couple hours per day. And you know where I get this? At a place called White Horses in St. Thomas, right by the seaside. And let me tell you what I didn't know, and this is how it looks. I've seen some store-bought one, it looks absolutely nothing like this. So this is the real thing, straight from the sea, not store-bought. And let me tell you something else that I noticed about it. When the boats came in from out a deep sea with the Irish moss, you know, it had a reddish burgundish color. And what the men do, they put it on the stones at the seaside out by White Horses in the parish of St. Thomas, Jamaica, and they let it dry. And then after it dry, they wash it, and it goes through that type of process before it becomes this color. See what I show you? The real thing, Irish moss. Now, I used to love my Irish moss blend up with peanut and oats, and sometimes I use vanilla ice cream too. Because you see, after you boil it, it becomes like this gelatin thing when it is cooled after you strain it off. So hence my big strainer. And then what you do some of the time to have it is when you make it, you don't need to use a lot, because the cooler it gets, the more gelatin it becomes. Understand? Some people sweeten theirs with lime and honey. Tonight I will be using supplegen, dragon stout, nutmeg for a little flavor. Can't left out the good old overproof. You see it? So that's what I'll be doing. So I have the pot on the stove boiling with some water. So I'm just gonna throw this one off. It's a final rinse. Just to show you. It's not a big thing. The more you rinse it, because you see, prior to rinsing it have that raw sea smell, you know. And it, you know, it might have particles of sand sticking to it, and by just rinsing it every now and then and straining it off, you get rid of all of that. People, you can also use this in your smoothies as a base for your smoothie. Good for your nerves, man. Them say give them stamina in Jamaica, you know. So you see, if you want the real stamina, you have to get some Irish moss. I don't call it sea moss, you know. Call it Irish moss. Jamaican dialect, we say Irish mash. So now the water was boiling, so I'm just gonna add it to the water. Yes, cameraman, get her close up. Add it to the water. As little as you see, this is a whole heap it make. And you're going to have it boiling for a couple hours, well enough. The man, it will be boiling. It will be boiling for a couple hours well. So now, I don't have one thing with them call name icing glass, but what I have is something called linseed. All of the people out there, you call it flaxseed. It's the same thing. You have the brown one and you have the golden one. I will be using the golden one tonight. The golden one is organic, so I'll just show you how to do that. So I'll be using my organic whole golden. It's a flaxseed and linseed are the same thing. Use the organic one. Now I use too much, you know. Tell you something about this thing too. Linseed have a lot of fiber, nutrients, multivitamin. I'm using 2 spoons of it. Linseed is a thing, if you boil it by itself, the brown one is usually the premium quality one. If you boil it, the brown one by itself, and boil this thing with the pot uncovered here, because it have a tendency to start to develop a gel and a slimy kind of foam. That comes from the flaxseed here, linseed. Now you can make a gel from that, you know, for those of you who have natural hair when you make the gel from that and you use one of those things to strain it through one of those straining cloths and you squeeze it through it, you can keep it in a container and you use it to condition your hair. My God, when I used to have natural hair, it was wicked, me I tell you. You see, it and the same thing where you say name aloe vera. Nice for the hair, me I tell you. So I'm just gonna leave this to boil. And what I know about this thing too is the longer it boils, it starts to dissolve and then it will become thick. And when you see it start to dissolve and it becomes thick and you see where it's really cooked out and it's not so much together as you put it in, and you'll see the linseed swell up a bit when it's boiled, then that's the time you know to take it out. I started off with 3/4 cups of water because I don't want a whole heap. I don't have anybody to give a whole heap to. I'll probably, when I make it, just put some in some glass jars when it's kind of half cooled. Give it to my neighbor. She likes to make all them smoothies and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah man, I'll be back with you when it reaches that stage. This is now the Irish moss after 45 minutes. I just want you to see this clear thing here. This is the gel I'm telling you about. See? This is what comes from the flaxseed, and that is what you would have squeezed out in that bag to use in your hair. But don't boil it with the Irish moss and then put it in your hair. I don't know what result you get from that. But you can see this is where the water, when I started off, this is where the water was. It was 3/4 pot of water, and now it's boiling down. And I can show you what it is looking like. See, it's breaking down and you can see the flax seeds look a bit swollen. They're not gonna get too big, but look, this is one of the bigger pieces of the Irish moss. You notice it's broken up now, so it's really going down after 45 minutes. Still have a long way to go. Thank God for technology. I can pause my video and get back to you when it reaches the level that I want it to be. So after 2 hours, this is what it is looking like. If you look at this, this is all that slime and yuck and I'm going to, most of it has melted out. See, you're not seeing the big pieces, and you know it's not gonna melt out totally, but as it is now, this is good enough for me. It's a bit thicker, and I'm gonna just turn it off and let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna strain it off. So now I'm straining it through. You don't want to wait until this thing gets cold on you, you know. See the amount that is left compared to, you can see it building up some gel in the pot. And you put this in water for it to wash out. Same time as well. So, yeah, so these are the flax seeds. See them swell up a little bit. It looks like a little bit, but you can get a whole lot of drink from that because, let me turn off the fire. Because, you see it melt out, we had a lot more than this in there. Yeah. Press, just give it a little press to this. What's gonna happen is you have a lot of this, and as it cools, it becomes a gel. When you're making a smoothie, you can put 2 tablespoons of it unsweetened in your smoothie. And what I'm going to do now, and I advise you not to make too much of it if you're not gonna use it up right away. And if it gets a bit too thick, you can always just run it back through your blender or your magic bullet. Look at that. Yep. So I'm just gonna use this little, it's cooled a bit, and as you see it's kind of like a jelly type thing. I'm gonna use about three of these in here. Three of it in here. In my blender. And like I said, you don't have to use much more than you need. So before it becomes this whole gel, I'm gonna bottle up the rest. And you can just bottle it up and refrigerate it. I'll hold the bottle over here. I save a lot of these Prego bottles. I'm always making spaghetti and meat sauce, all kind of stuff. And I'm just gonna show you how to do this tonight. In the morning, I'm gonna let this cool on its own and then I'll refrigerate it. But in the morning, I will show you what it looks like, and I'll do it in a smoothie so you can see, and you can just use a tablespoon or two out of it when making your smoothie. Can you imagine 2 hours of boiling for this? It's the potency that we're looking for. We're going for the potency and the nutritional value that this has. I guess if it's sweet, it could be sweetened now with some honey, and you could drink it just like that. Some people use the honey and lime, as I said, but I love it with supplicant and dragon stout and can't bring, like I say in most of my videos, that normally people use peanuts in. My kid has a peanut allergy, so we don't do any kind of nuts in this house. Terrible thing to watch. So now I'll just be adding some of my supplement to it. Oh, I heard that you pour the milk this way. Saw that on a YouTube video. I've been doing it wrong all along. Don't need any more than that. Oh, don't need any more than that. And if you can just get a look in the blender, you see what it looks like. That thing is becoming so thick. It's like mixing oil and water. But no worry, I'll fix its business for it. Add. You know me already. I'll be adding all of this dragon stout. To that, 1 cup of the good old Jerry and him Navy white rum. You can even add some oats to it, but I just like a smooth, creamy drink. Add some of this condensed milk. Sweeten to your taste. Can always add more if you want. Wow, look at that. And you don't have to ask what I am going to pour my own in enough. Yee, good old mason jar. I got this mason jar at my last job. I think it was Valentine's Day. We got it filled with chocolates and some other little cute things we got from work. And now, let me see what's the best thing to put it on. I'll put it on milkshake. Now I've blended it out. And then I'm just gonna add my nutmeg. Grate some nutmeg in there. I'm not gonna blend it again after adding the nutmeg, because you see the grains of the nutmeg, you find that when you blend with it, it sticks to the top of the blender and it's everywhere else except in the drink. So what I'll do after adding this is just to give it a stir while it's in the blender with a spoon. It's a pity I didn't put a couple pieces of ice in this, because it's not even nice and cool. By the time it gets cool in the refrigerator, I might have to pour it out back in the blender and blend it out again. The way all this thing thick. There you have it. Time to pour it out into my mason jar and the glass. My dear crowd of people, I eat this enough. This is the sweetened one with the guineas and the milk, and this is the pure Irish moss. And my son just asked me, what am I going to have it with? And I just tell him, with a straw.